Whether in the form of an earthquake, hurricane, or tsunami, nature is an unforgiving and often unpredictable force. It wipes out homes, costs communities millions, and is feared by virtually all. Ebru's Kristen Kenney reports on the latest threat to the California coast.
What natural disaster do you fear most?
Obviously, earthquake.
Earthquakes, I suppose.
Earthquakes.
When it comes to natural disasters in California, most people think of earthquakes. However, the threat of a major tsunami is just as likely.
The tsunami threat in California is significant, especially in Northern California. It's perhaps one of the greatest natural disaster threats we have in Northern California.
Thomas Jordan is a professor at University of Southern California and the director of the Southern California Earthquake Center.
Perhaps even more threatening to the coastline here in Southern California is the possibility of having an earthquake offshore that would create a big tsunami.
Remember in 2011 when a 9.0 earthquake rocked Japan? It also sent huge waves to California. The town of Santa Cruz was hit particularly hard, costing more than $20 million in damage. Since then, a U.S. Geological Survey reported that if a monster 9.1 earthquake struck off Alaska's coast, tsunami waves up to 10 feet will rush towards California, crippling the nation's busiest port and flooding coastal communities.
This is the coast of California, which is of course threatened by tsunamis that can occur elsewhere in the Pacific, for example in Alaska. Area of particular concern is up here near Crescent City in Northern California. Places like the San Francisco Bay, low-lying areas all along the coast. Down here in Southern California, we believe, for example, that there are large earthquakes that can occur off of the Santa Barbara region, and those events could create local tsunamis.
If I told you a tsunami was heading this way, what would you do?
I would get on the plane and leave. I'd get on the plane and leave.
Call me crazy, but I actually thought about getting an emergency raft, one you could just pull a string and it would self-inflate. In case I'm being toppled around by a bunch of water, I'll just rise straight to the top or something. I don't know.
Get to high ground as quick as possible.
Residents in low-lying coastal communities should familiarize themselves with the evacuation signs that will lead you to higher ground. Experts say having a plan of action to follow is the key to remaining safe in any coastal flooding situation. For Ebru News, I'm Kristen Kenney.